Hard hitting sports in your face. Uh, what is it? 321. Today's March the 23rd. 21st. About 7 o'clock. So I'm a little bit late on this news, but there's a couple of things I want to talk about. I posted it earlier inside of a couple of Facebook groups that I'm in. So, the Miami Dolphins today made it official. Kiko Alonzo gets your extension. He gets $18 million in guaranteed money. We agreed to a 3-year, $25 million extension for one Kiko Alonzo. That's this is per NFL.com. So there's a couple people reporting different numbers. So what I'm reading is from NFL.com. That's the deal NFL.com has him getting right now. 3 years, $25 million extension for Kiko Alonzo. So congrats to Kiko Alonzo. He had a good season. Wasn't a terrible season. No shit. Wasn't a terrible season from Kiko Alonzo. So I can't knock him for the season that he had. Now, with that being said, I have a question for you guys. I want you to take a look at the acquisitions that we've made over the last few days. Take a look at the acquisitions that we've made, the very few acquisitions that we made, and most of the news that we've had in this offseason. We re-signed re-signed Bushrod, re-signed Kenny Stills, re-signed Rashad Jones, re-signed Kiko Alonzo. We've signed Lawrence Timmons and some guy named Larson, some guard. But the feeling that I get from the moves that we've made in this offseason lean to a team that has a feeling as if we're close. They don't lean to a team that feels like we have so much to go. You know what I mean? Like teams that have a lot to go, they're out, and you see them making big splashes in the offseason. You know what I mean? Like they're grabbing big play. Like you see what the Jacksonville Jaguars are doing. You're hearing about them getting so many new players. But what you see from the Dolphins right now is we are more re-signing what we have. You see what I mean? Instead of going out and making big splashes in the offseason, instead, we're going out and we're bringing back the guys that are already on this roster. So that's just the way I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it like this is an organization that feels like we're close. There's not a lot that we need. Now, do I agree with that sentiment? I agree and I disagree. And I'm going to tell you why. Offensive wise, I feel like this is an offense that has the capabilities of being a top 10 offense. With the weapons that we have on offense right now, this can be a top 10 offense. And I mean, who knows what we're going to see from Dre Train, but I expect another big year. Parker is the wild card because Parker has the ability to push us to another level. I mean, if you get Parker doing what I feel like he should be doing, and you add in the type of year that Kenny Stills just had, then you add a big pass catching tight end, to give us a little bit more red zone presence. And we just had a good year, a decent year. Well, actually, it was better than decent. It was a very good year in red zone. I forget what the number was, but it was a very good year for us down in the red zone. So you add all that together, and you get a team that is capable of vaulting into the top 10 as far as scoring. Like this could be a top 10 scoring offense, a scary top 10 scoring offense because we can do it in so many ways, whether it's with speed with Kenny Stills or size with Devontae Parker or, another size guy in Thomas, or we're running it physically with J Train. This could be a very, very scary offense. Now, the defense has to scare us because even though we were ranked right among the middle as far as pass defense, you've seen how the Steelers kind of carved our secondary up. You know what I mean? So there's still work to do there, but I'm not one of those guys reaching and saying that we should definitely go out and sign and get guys in our secondary, or we need DBs or whatever the case may be. Because if you look at what we have right now, it's young. We have a rookie in Howard coming back. We have Tony Lippett, a guy who played wide receiver in slay ball. And then you have Maxwell, who was injured. But when Maxwell was healthy, Maxwell was coming around and starting to play good football. So, and then you add in McCain, and I feel like our secondary can be very good once these guys gel together. We signed Nate Allen. I don't know what he has and what he's going to bring. And of course, you have Jones. So, with what we have back there, I feel like it just needs to grow. I mean, you got a rookie, you got a guy who played wide receiver who has some absolutely off the chart ball skills, and Tony Lippett. You can see that there's still certain technique things that he needs to gain to become a good cornerback in the NFL. Linebacker, you had Alonzo on one side, Timmons in the middle, and another guy, and this defense can start to, find his own. I was actually talking to a guy earlier, and we were talking, we were going back and forth, and he said he was very shocked when we got Sue that we didn't immediately go out and get badass linebackers to play behind him. Because the fact of the matter is that Inamakin Sue is doing his job. He just doesn't have the linebackers behind him to do theirs. Inamakin Sue is taking on two blockers every single snap, but he doesn't have the badass linebackers behind him to take advantage of that. I mean, his job is to keep the offensive line off of those linebackers, and he's doing that. He's doing a hell of a job doing that, but the linebackers behind him have to be able to take advantage of that. And that's something that I think a guy like Timmons is definitely going to be able to do. I don't know how much he has. Now, I'm hoping and praying, which I will be doing a mock draft soon. Now that we have all the combine stuff out of the way, we have all our signings. And as we sit right now, Zach Brown is not a Miami Dolphin. He's visiting the Buffalo Bills or whatever the case may be. I don't expect him to get signed. Because like I said, I feel like this is a team that is looking at what we have on paper right now and saying that we're close and we don't need to reach and grab anybody. I mean, we want to retain our own guys, re-sign our own guys, and build through the draft, which I think is a smart strategy. There's one guy on this roster that I don't see getting re-signed. I'm not gonna say. Well, I've said his name 50,000 times. You know who I'm talking about if you pay attention. My hunch is that he's not coming back. My hunch is that he's gonna want way too much money for what he's worth. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave it at that. But yeah, man. Let's check the comment section real quick. Well-deserved contract. Hope they do become champions. Oh, absolutely. Best free agency in a while. Do I think this free agency was the best that we've had in a while? Yeah. Usually, what I've seen is we make that one big splashy signing, and then the rest of the signings are at meh, and then we end up cash up. Well, we still don't have the cap room that we need to have. I mean, you look at the Patriots cap room, and it's absolutely ridiculous for a team to win a championship and still have more cap room than we do. That's just fucking crazy to even think about that shit. But Patriots still king of the AFC East, sadly. Hey, this could be the year that they get dethroned. Rashad Jones loves the way he plays, absolutely. If he stays healthy, absolutely. Last year, I doubted the hell out of Kiko Alonzo, and he came in and he played good football. I mean, over 100 tackles. I think I remember him missing like one game or something like that. So he played good football, came up with some big plays. The one that sticks out is that San Diego Charger play. So, I mean, hmm, what would I think it's like 9 million a season or something like that. Eh, I don't know, but it's done. It's done. We're retaining our own guys now. Let's see. I think we have what 2 months into the draft. We're gonna do mock drafts here. We'll talk about what I feel like we should still go after. Mario Perez. I've heard nothing about Zach Brown, but I think he's not gonna sign here. I think he was trying to drive up his number so that he can go back to Buffalo. That's absolutely what I think he's gonna do. I think he's gonna go back to the Buffalo Bills and play with Buffalo. I just think he was using us all as leverage. Should we draft an OG or DB in the first round? I don't want to draft the DB at all. I want to stay away from DBs right now, unless that kid who tore his Achilles, whatever his name is, that was scheduled to be a first round pick. If we can get with doctors and they tell us, okay, this kid is going to be, he's going to be fine, with a year on the shelf. If we can get him late, fifth round, why not? We got 2 5th rounders. Throw one at him, get him. But from everything I'm hearing, he's not going to fall that far. So we can get a gift DB, somebody who really slides, or maybe a guy who slides. Yeah, Sidney Jones. Who is Avery Young? Is he any good? Um, Avery Young. I have no idea. Oh yeah, and people seem to forget that we signed Deion Lacey. Deion Lacey is another linebacker on this team that's already signed. So I'm really interested to see how he's going to look in a Miami Dolphin uniform. He's a bit smallish. He's a small linebacker, but I'm really anxious to see how he's going to look. Dolphins signed offensive lineman Avery Young. A former Palm Beach Gardens standout. Huh. I have no idea who this guy is. The Miami Dolphins signed former Palm Beach Garden High standout Avery Young to a contract that will bring the versatile offensive lineman to training camp. Young, a 3-year starter at Auburn, spent last season with the Saints, who kept him on the non-football injury list after he suffered a knee injury at his pro day. Holy shit. Wow. How, like, oh, Young, who is the younger brother of Chicago Bears defensive end Willie Young and the cousin of Carolina Panthers Thomas Davis. So this guy has all types of football lineage. Can play tackle and guard. Ooh. So another guy with some versatility. Okay. He started 36 games at both positions for Auburn before declaring for the NFL draft. I wonder what his health is going to be. That's going to be interesting. After missing training camp in the early portion of the season, Young, who is 6'6", 309 pounds, practiced briefly in November for the Saints, but New Orleans kept him on the NFL list because of his knee issues. League sources say he's healthy and is expecting to compete for a spot on Miami's 53-man roster or practice squad. That would be fantastic. What about if Tez Harbor fell to Miami? Should we target him? He is a cornerback. I will say absolutely not. I don't want to draft the cornerback. I want to see what we have with the guys we have right now. I feel like And Tez Tarver, everything I've heard about him is he's a first round draft pick, you know. And I feel like in the first round we should be going. I still feel like we should be going to get young linebackers. I would love if Reuben Foster was to fall to us. That would be absolutely fantastic. But who knows? Do you think we should keep Tunsil at guard or tackle? He's definitely going to tackle. We'll have James and Tunsil at tackle, Pouncey at center, probably Bushrod at one guard, and I don't know who the hell the other guard is right now. I don't know. I've never seen that Larson guy. I haven't even seen film on him, so we shall see. Probably, I mean, it's a good chance there's a rookie. I'm hoping that we end up taking a guy like a Poik or a that kid from LSU, the center from LSU who can play center and guard in like the third round. That would be absolutely fantastic. And I've heard Lamb thrown out there a lot as well to bring in here, and Feeney. There's a lot. There's a couple different options that we can go to finish rounding this offensive line out. Anyway, folks, I will come back. Oh hell yeah, I love Hassan Riddick, man. I like Riddick. Oh geez, Riddick can wake on that fucking Riddick on one side, wake on the other side. That would be crazy. Anyway, man, I'm about to get the hell out of here. 7:20. Finna relax a little bit. Fucking long day for me. I will talk to you guys next time. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel. We will be back later for a pretty cool mock draft. I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.